Good morning and welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
I'm Jan-Eric Frank.
And we are live from the CTV studios at Wellington, Florida. And we're going out to the Grand Champions Polo Club Field number 1 today for the 2023 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo. This will be game number 5, Jan.
Indeed it will. We've got Casablanca out there against Travieso, two very, very big names, of course. Let's start off by introducing you to the players playing for Casablanca. Of course, in usual formation, Grant Ganzi at number 1, coming in of 3 goals. Tamacho Pierres, there you have a good view of the Casablanca tent. Tamacho Pierres, as I said, coming in off 6 goals at number 2. Then Barto Castagnola, the 10-goaler at number 3, and of course Jesse Bray, the 7-goaler at number 4, playing back. Travieso led the leading his team, of course, as always, Teo Kaye at number 1. Then we've got the Canadian Fred Mannix at number 2, 7 goals behind him. Another 7-goaler at number 3, Pipe Vecellina, the man from Chile, and Nacho Novillo Estrada at number 4, coming in off 8 goals. Now, remember, Casablanca lost their opening game. Very, very interesting game that was indeed against Pampanote Biotricity by 1 goal, 14-15. And Travieso, they also lost their opening game against Global Port. What a cracking game that was last Sunday, 13 goals to 17. So both of these teams 0-1. Dale looking for their first win here this morning.
Yeah, this is a huge game for these two teams based on the setup here. Remember, tournament conditions, 2 brackets, 4 teams each bracket, and the two top teams will move on to the semis. Well, they'll play a cross bracket. First team, number 1, will play in bracket 1. Will play against number 2 in bracket 2, and vice versa. And so that should be, I love when they set that up on the cross bracket. Makes it very interesting. Makes the semifinals. Well, it puts a lot of energy in the semifinals. And the games, as you said, they on bracket 1. It's pretty similar. If you look at the games there, Jan, we actually the Audi Richard Mill was a 9-8 game, and the game with Quaidon and Dazzle Lafay was 9-8.
Absolutely.
That's kind of well. And then you look at the bracket 2, and some high scoring going on in bracket 2. A little bit lower scoring in bracket 1 based on those games, but in bracket 2, 14, like you said, 14-15 with the Pampa Norte Biotricity game, and 17-13, 30 goals scored. I feel, too, is bringing the heat this year at the Grand Champions Polo Club. 31 goals scored during the All-Star Challenge. 30 goals being scored here in the Triple Crown of Polo.
Yeah, no, it is phenomenal. It really is. And that is, of course, what makes the WPL so special and so unique. Remember, the highest level of polo played anywhere on planet Earth outside of Argentina, of course, and at what better club than the largest club in the United States of America here at Grand Champions Polo Club. Players, as you can see, are coming out of their pony lines, and we will be getting this match underway very, very shortly. You can see there one of our 2 mounted officials, Esteban Ferrari, and of course there is Little Wave, and of course his co-umpire out there, Gaston Dorian.
I say Esteban looking good in the yellow and white today. Good luck, Esteban. And a great team out there, the 3-man team. Remember, we are using replay, and we are using the challenge system. Each team will receive 1 challenge per half. So that's 2 challenges in the game. They need to use it or lose it in the first half. And if they are, well, if they win their challenge, they receive another. And we've had some great challenges this year. And remember, they can challenge the foul that was blown, or they can challenge the ball placement. And that has come into play a number of times. All the triggers are in place. Check to see if a goal was scored. To check to see when the ball goes out of bounds at the end of the field or on the side of the field. Check anytime two-legged athletes come together on a very hard hook or a ride-off. And then 4-legged athletes, of course, on the ride-off. And they can check the tapes there. Check for any personal fouls, and the umpires have the umpire trigger. If they disagree on a call, they can go to our IRO/third man Steve Lane, and away we go.
Ball's in play. Here we go then. Best of luck to both teams. Both, of course, as I said, or as we've just been talking about, looking for their first win. And looks like, I was going to say Nacho, Visual's child, might have just put the first one on. But luckily for him, the man from the Great White North, there he is, Fred Mannix, picking up the first goal here for Travieso.
And you remember in their first game, they were very good. One of the best first chuckers we've seen besides Casablanca. And this is what they did very well to add on to their 4 goals. They came out, began scoring goals. And early getting Nacho, he's Estrada going forward with the 4 on his back. And you will see the 2-4 player rotation as Teo will rotate to the back.
Here we go then, ball back in play. Still a bit of a scrum going on there on the halfway line. Jesse Bray in a bit of a battle there with the number 2, with Fred Mannix, the man who scored just a few moments ago. Coming in for a challenge, taking the man first, then the ball, as you were taught in school. Nacho Novijo Estrada trying to center or turn that ball around. He's got Tomacho Pieris going up there with him. Hard work here, but still doing a good job on the near side. That's the third, fourth shot here now out of a full volley. Nacho Novijo, and you just mentioned it, Dale, that rotation already clicking in very early on here for Travieso.
Yeah, I love when Nacho goes forward. We've seen that on many of the teams here in the World Polo League in 2023, using the number 4, as they'll use the number 4 here also with Jesse Bray. Both teams line out very similar by design.
Bray knocks the ball into play. Straight away on it there, as you can see, Castagnola. Take it further, little touch of the ball, there it is. Slows down a little bit, in comes Mannix to take match out of the equation, back up to the front here, that rotation we just talked about, it working very well here early on again. Casablanca, Bray in the perfect position just to get the putter out, and he picks up his first goal.
Yeah, the man who starts the play ends the play, so true coast to coast like butter and toast, as the Casablanca team will start with Bray to take the knock in. He finds Barto, and they'll use that play a lot. Just a little bad luck there, kind of skipped over the mallet of Nacho. He was in a good spot, and Jesse, in between 2 players, just takes his time, good ball control.
So a goal apiece, but of course those 4 goals on handicap will be something that Casablanca need to chip away at, and I'm sure that will be the game plan. Try and get those 4 goals null and void as quickly as possible. Castagnola a little under the next shot here, bit too deep for Jesse Bray to pick up. It'll be Mr. Mannix. Good looking pony he's on, turns that around. Nice long deep ball down the field, again looking for Nacho. Oh, a little bit of a miss hit there by Castagnola. Nacho in the rumble seat will pick this one up, just a little, I was going to say a little flick of the wrist there, maybe just taking a bit too much time there, as Castagnola will be thinking we'll leave you behind. Getting things very quickly moving towards that halfway line. Pierres backing up the 10-goaler Castagnola. We'll pick it up, do a little miniature lap of honor, if you will. Now, he is, of course, in shooting range as soon as he crosses that halfway line. Ganzi coming in for a last touch to try and center that and put it back towards the uprights. It'll be Tomacho, turns it, has a bit of room to work with. Running in between 2 players there. And once again, good defense. And a very quick turnaround here for Travieso. A little unlucky there on the finish. In comes Kaye, not able to control. Bray more or less on the half-wall, and you see the way that pony stopped and turned. Now he's another one of those big hitters, and why not indeed go for a long-distance shot? That one just going slightly out to the right-hand side, which will probably allow the players to go and have their first courtesy change of this first chukker.
Well, very open first half here of the first chukker. Both teams mixing it up well. And if you go back to their first game, well, we talked about the Casablanca team probably having the best first chukker that we've seen in any of the games here in 2023 in the World Polo League, based on them scoring 5 goals and not just scoring 5 goals, but everybody on the team scoring a goal. Barto scoring 2, hitting a penalty 6 with a safety on that play. So they have the ability to come out very hot here. But on the other end, the Travieso team, in their first game against Global Port, they scored 4 goals. And to get an 8 to 2 goal lead, Global Port scored 2. So they were on fire early, and we got to talk to a few of the players. They did come out with a game plan to extend that 4 goals. They came out mounted up, playing some of their better 4-legged athletes, and it definitely worked. As he said in that game, the Global Port was so strong after the third chucker on, they end up taking the game. But here we'll see in the first chucker, the second half of this first chucker, if they can keep moving here, because at the moment, the Casablanca team keeping it even.
Long ball, which will just bounce over the halfway line. So we will have our first cop of the day, a change of possession here. A little bit too much power on that shot from Travieso. So Jesse Brain, I remember, a big hitter, and he's eyeing up that goal mouth. Here comes the shot. I think he was going straight for it, either that or he's going to try and feed it up to Tamacha, but no. The first call stands, and you can really feel how he was just eyeing up that goal mouth and just puts it through.
Well, we talked about Jesse being one of the players that we thought could, remember the 2-point conversion is in play here during the Triple Crown. Means any ball that's shot from behind center field. This ball was a good 120. And if you watch this ball, it lands right there to one bounce. So we went about 119 yards in the air, and carried through another 7 or 8 yards. So maybe we'll see one today.
Would be nice. So Jesse Bray picking up his second goal. Here we go then. They're closing in, and Castagnola, he might get done on that day. What did you make of that last play?
Yeah, so you have them coming across the center here, and keep an eye on this back shot right here. See how it's going across the field right there, and you have a player on the Travieso team coming at a lesser angle, and we're going to catch the Casablanca player on the right-of-way violation there, crossing over from left to right. That ball just off center field, about 10, 15 yards, so they'll bring it up to the center. And, well, here you go. A couple of the big hitters you got right here. One of them, Nacho Naviz-Estrada, he is one of the biggest hitters in our league. Former 10-goal player, Triple Crown winner, Hall of Famer. And he's talked about his skills up at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, battling it out with Nick Roldan at the longest hit, making one from 160. So we'll see if he goes for the 2-pointer here. Here comes Nacho.
Well, it's definitely a long, big hit. Slightly short and slightly to the right. But Travieso trying to contain that ball. Castagnola, he, of course, has other ideas. He'll pick this one up, and I think he's going to try and run this one, Dale. Just loses it, but he's got Tamacho. And he also struggling to control it. There's the open backhand. Nicely done. Looking to, well, played into the path, as you can see already starting going down the field. But a whistle will end this play with a little over a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, they're coming down the field. Keep an eye on this. It looked like maybe Fred Mannix, watch to the left of your screen. Maybe he jumps on it, but then Grant, he established himself, and then Teo comes from right to left at a greater angle. And so this play would probably go for Casablanca. And we'll see where they come together there on the foul, because you could look at there and say, well, with Jesse coming, does Grant foul him? And he might have fouled him there based on, remember, Grant coming from the center of the field or across the field to get on that line, and having Freddie already on it. But when Teo jumps in there, then he fouls Grant. So you have a penalty 5A from the spot. And here comes another big hitter, and he's going to go for this. Look at this, Jesse Bray. Oh.
Well, I think, just wide, but if he hit the distance.
That ball was easily 3 yards behind the line, and he landed it off the field, hitting at 153 in the air. We're going to see one today.
I think so, too. I think it's in the making. And, well, you know what they say, Dale, good things come to those who wait. We are down to the last 40-odd seconds left of play here in Chukker number 1. And as you said, it's been a very nice, flowy, open game of polo. We've seen 3 goals scored. We might just see another one here if Travieso can capitalize on that. But no, once again, solid defense here from Casablanca. That one, I fear, might just again go out of bounds. More or less exactly where we had a change of possession a little bit earlier. And that will bring the end of a very exciting and well, very much looking forward to second Chukker.
It's going to be amazing. Stay with us here. We'll be back on CTV Sports.
This is a championship meet. All the best jockeys in the world are here, and I'm excited to ride against them.
We back.
And you get to watch some really incredible, talented athletes out there.
To us, it's a place to be in the winter.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the racing.
The palm trees, the beach is right here. The horse racing is some of the best in the country.
A lot of good horses come out of here. And if you want to go to the next level, Gulfstream Park was the place to come.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place. All the history. And all these great horses, trainers, jockeys. It was everything that I ever dreamed of.
Hi, I'm Tomacho Pérez.
Hello, I'm Nacho Figueras.
Hello, I'm Martín Muñoz.
I'm Gonzalito Pérez.
I'm Alejandro Novillo Estrada. Hello, I'm Nacho Novillo Estrada. I'm Mike Rolls, and here back in Aspen.
Welcome back to CTV Sports and the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 1 for our continuing action of the World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo, Travieso against Casablanca, yeah?
Yes, indeed, and what a cracking first Chukker we've seen. 3 goals scored, but a total, of course, of 7 on the scoreboard. Remember, Travieso coming in with a 4-goal handicap. There you see it on the top left-hand corner of your screen. The 1 goal coming from Fred Mannix in that first Chukker, giving Travieso still a lead of 5 goals to 2. The 2 goals both coming from Mr. Jesse Bray, who, well, he got us very anxious just a few moments ago. We thought we were going to see the first 2-point conversion. We nearly did. He hammered one from the halfway line. And as Dale was saying, that went well over, just slightly wide. So everybody here at CTV Sports is in high anticipation that we might see the first, not only in this game, but the first of the season here, 2-point conversion. Back to the action we go then. Casablanca with Tomacho Pierre is on the move.
Big ball down the center here, and it's going to be a good read by Estrada. Goes for the tail shot, near side tail shot, so it goes to the open side, picked up cleanly and moved forward here by Pipe. Now Mannix inside the 60, turned around and controlled by Casablanca. It's going to be Barto.
Castagnola picking up the loose ball, and that play just now from Travieso did look very promising, but you've got to give it up to Casablanca. Not very strong up front, but also very, very tight and very, very solid back in defense. Under the next shot coming here from Nacho Navija Estrada. Nobody home for Travieso. It'll be Jesse Brader sends it out towards the boards. He saw that Castagnola was already going that way. Everybody seems to be a bit ball shy there. Calle leaving that behind, as did Pipe Vecellino. And now, one of my favorite 6-goalers. Here he is with the number 2 on his shirt. That, of course, is Tomacho Pierres. 2, 3 little touches, and there it is. Casablanca picking up its 3rd goal.
Yeah, great pass here. And as you said, one of your favorites, one of mine too. He's been playing great pole this season, and we were talking about it, how he was right in line for MVP in their finals they played, as he has just been playing a spectacular number 2. And here's a great shot of him on here, mounted so well this year. And that ball just going to skip in. Ooh, Versalino was there.
Yeah,
had an opportunity to take it off the doorstep.
Yeah. So, Casablanca getting closer and closer, chipping away at that 4-goal advantage they were given at the beginning. 2 goals in it now, but still early doors here in Chukka number 2. Once again, Castagnola hammers one down under the neck, looking to feed it up to, well, I think he was looking for Grant Ganzi. But now Travieso. Vecellino. Nicely taking Tomacho out of the equation. Back to the number 2. Mannix. He will leave that one for the man from Chile, Pipe Vecellino. Also another one of those very, very solid all-round players. Nice long ball deep into the half of Casablanca. Under the next shot attempt coming from Mannix. Didn't quite hit it cleanly. Ball goes out of bounds, so Casablanca will have possession.
Jesse Bray will line them up here for the knock-in. And again, in their second game, or in their first game, Travieso very strong in their second chucker, as they put 6 or 4 goals on the board. So there's a big shot right here. We'll make sure everyone's okay. It's Fred Mannix. And we know how hard Jesse can hit the ball. So check him out. Remember, Fred coming off an injury on his arm, on his right arm. He had a little injury in the last tournament. And let's take a look at this again here. Whoa.
Oh, he did very well to stay on.
And yeah, did stay on. Did he duck out of it, or did it end up hitting him there? Because, man, you remember we talk about the 90-mile-an-hour fastball in baseball. And, well, guaranteed that ball's moving over 100 miles an hour from, it looked like about the same distance as the pitcher does in baseball. Mannix trying to duck out of the way there. It looks like a good shot here, Fred. Close up. That was Alegria. La Alegria is his breeding operation in Argentina. So they play in Calgary, Canada. Big shout out to his father, Fred Mannix Sr. Watches all the games as he's out in Palm Desert. Spends his winters in Palm Desert. So big shout out to you, Fred. Hope you're doing well today, sir. And wow, look at that cut. Look at that shine on that horse. Amazing. And Freddie and Tomacho. Reset mounted very well. Riding a lot of the Santarita Polo breeding operation, Halo Polo ponies this year also. Mixed up in his string. We've been very happy with his horses. He's talked a lot about them in off-field interviews. And that'll bring us to our end of the courtesy change here. Now, was there a possession there? Yeah, I wasn't told if it was. They're going to go ahead and have a fair play bowling here. It looks like they are going to have the fair play bowling in favor of Casablanca. So Freddie's okay, which is a big, very important here, especially very early in this game. So it looks like he's okay. They're going to go with the fair play bowling, and it'll be picked up here by Jesse Bray.
And he hits another one of those long balls. It's intercepted this time by Travieso. Left behind for Nacho. The man who got the first touch was Pipe Vecellino, and he wants it back. Here he is now. Then an open backhand to try and hit the target. And this is what they've been doing so well throughout this season. Very, very well in their defensive play. Casablanca at the moment getting a little bit of pressure here from Travieso. They have the ball once again, but a whistle now. Did the ball go over the back line, or was there a foul, Dale?
So we're in the corner. Let's take a look at this. Coming together, Jesse Bray loses it there, and he gets turned up. And they might have riding in from behind there. Yeah, it looks like they are going to call riding into the shots, riding in from behind in the shot. So 3:17 on the board right there. And they'll move this one over inside the 30-yard line on the penalty out towards the boards. So they can go from the spot, but huge angle there. So they'll bring it back to the center. And it'll be Pipe Vecellino's first opportunity from the penalty line. And we can't talk enough about him and his penalty shooting. And I know Casablanca knows that, so they'll probably try to keep him off the line, but here comes Pipe. And that's a perfect reason why. Let's put it in the bucket.
Yeah. I mean, you can't get them much straighter than that. And again, for those of you who are new to the game, just watch the follow-through of this man when he takes a penalty. You know, keeps his head down, and that's where a lot of beginners obviously make their mistake. They bring their head up too quickly. You have to keep your head down, follow through to go back into your starting position.
Yeah, no, you said it. Yeah, he's got perfect positioning. I think if you're going to look at one to try to mimic how they do it, he's definitely one you want to, take a look at. We have so many good shooters, and everyone has their own way of going about it, but I really enjoy the way he does. This man has been on fire early, and it's going to be picked up by Jesse Bray as he wins the broken play, takes it by everybody. Oh, good defense here by Travieso to push him out wide.
Yeah, that was very unlucky. That could have been, or should have really been, Jesse Bray's third, but just goes to show that these superstars are, of course, also human, and inevitably, every now and then, a mistake or a mishit will happen. Here we go then. One of our big hitters, Nacho Novillo Estrada, sends it out to the right-hand side. Vecellino just a little bit behind there as Jesse Bray will try and control it and send it back. He does well, gives it to Castagnola, literally on that halfway line. Trying to send Double G up downfield, but Kaye taking care of Ganzi. Once again, in comes Jesse Bray, picks it up on the near side. Will he be able to keep the ball in play? He does, but only just. Still Bray, probably still lingering on from that missed opportunity just a few seconds ago. And, he went to go for the under the neck there. He did all that hard work. And then second time, Travieso once again able to shut down this offensive play by Casablanca.
Oh, what a ride-off there by Nacho Novillo Estrada. Good pickup here by Teo. It's going to skip out of bounds, but that is good defense by Travieso. What a ride-off by Nacho Novillo Estrada. Clean ride-off, too. It needed to be hard against Jesse Bray to move him off the ball. And then they took it out of there quickly. We get the change of possession, though. The cop on the pitch, and he's going to hit another big ball.
I think he was looking for Castagnola. Nacho Novillo Estrada will get there first as he takes it round. And then again, more or less exactly at the same spot. That ball seems to want to just leave the field.
Yeah, exactly. Just on the opposite side of the field. The great player by Nacho to take it out of the air. We're in range here. But look, they're going to go ahead and dribble this one. Take it forward. I thought you might see Jesse, he might have taken it a little bit too quick here. Or was there time? Yeah, there might have been time. It might have been within the 30 seconds.
Gotcha.
So there's within the 30 seconds. So when the horn beat the hit, That's why Jesse was going for the quick play there instead of doing a turn and hit it. Now I'll be surprised if he doesn't line this one up, but we'll send him off. We will start the third chukker with a change of possession in favor of Casablanca. Stay with us. We'll be right back on CTV Sports.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And, of course, head to Chukker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
So we ended the second chukker with a ball. Just, Nacho, we just took it out of the air. Brilliant play out of the air. It just kind of went off the side of his mount and flew out of bounds. So they'll have a change of possession. Cop on the pitch. And this one is in range here for either Barto or, and there you go. Barto's going to put it down the center there. But for Barto or Jesse, especially the way Jesse's been hit today, we picked up and turned around and won by Tamacho. And then we get a whistle on the play after Tamacho gathered the ball there. So let's see, this ball goes straight down the center here. It changes a little bit of direction there. And, it just got caught underneath as Tamacho turned his horse. The ball line was still going up and down the field before he could turn the ball to the center. So penalty 5A, and it'll be Travieso.
Very quickly taken. Vecellino getting more and more involved here now throughout this game. Didn't see all too much of him in the first chukker. Tamacho Pierres. And a little battle over on the far side there with Nacho. We'll leave that one for Jesse Bray. Nearly forgot to take the ball with him. Mannix. Getting on top of that one. Nice little backhand, and he saw that, there he is with the number 3. Vecellino was in situ, but again, working hard. This is what I like about Tamacho. He won't quit until the job is done. Sends that ball a lot further back down the field. Look at his positioning play also absolutely superb. Ganzi, first to turn around and go back in defense. A little bit of a sword fight going on the boards there. Vecellino up against Castagnola, and then you see the umpire blowing with 6:06 left on the clock.
I think one of the differences we've seen here in the first half is this, a lot of times the Casablanca team, they use Grant, the Polo team, they use Teo, but because you got such strong backs and each team, it's kind of difficult to get them free out in front, so it's getting played behind them a little bit. They're trying to play the ball behind Jesse and play the ball behind Nacho. And that's going to be interesting to see the development of that as the game goes on, because remember, both of them have been scoring goals in the front.
Here we go then, back to Tamacho Pierres. He's won the ball back, gives it finds a little space. Will want to run this one through. The near side backhand just taking the ball out of the danger zone, coming off Fred Mannix. But I believe there was another whistle.
Tamacho's going to work this one in, and I like the way he flipped this ball. Watch, he takes it on his offside, he flips it to the near side here. So he's got the near side play, and then you have a player come in front to make the back shot. Very well schooled. Now, we do have challenges. Both teams still have their challenges left. So they might take a look at this one. It might not be a bad one to challenge if it looks like probably an open goal. See if they use it or not. It looks like they're not going to use it. They're going to say hold on to it. And but pretty easy call just based on how Tamacho was lined out. Great play by Tamacho to get that ball over the near side. Really the only play you have, because they're still overlapped on the back shot, is really a ride-off. So Tamacho put himself in a perfect spot, especially 3 yards and 4 yards in front of goal. Double G picks up the open goal.
Clever play there, as we keep saying about that young man. Technically, absolutely superb, one of the best, and also the mental game by Tamacho. He's on the ball once again. Tamacho will wait for that to drop. Now, you can see there, one of the umpires making some hand gestures. Let's have a look at this again. There comes the drive from Castagnola. Slightly topped it.
Yeah, bad luck there. You see how his horse got a little bit sideways on him there. He was in a good spot, Freddie Mannix. Just when he went before he made the back shot, he was blocking a little bit. His horse got a little sideways when he went to wait for the ball. And so they're going to drop this one right inside, right about the same area. It'll be Grant Gansey, hit the open goal penalty too. And Grant once again. Talked to Grant about that with his team, and he said that they're very open about passing the stick amongst all of them, between Jesse, Tamacho, Barto, and himself. He likes taking the short ones. So, but if he feels like a horse isn't feeling good, or if he's not in a groove, he'll pass the stick. Everybody's ready to go, and vice versa on any of the big shots where Barto's been taking the 60s. But everybody's in their meetings. Everyone's available for them.
Long ball here once again from Tamacho. This time looking to feed the ball up to Castagnola. Little deflection. Bray coming in to keep it in play. Gansey, the third man in line, will pick up the goal. And what a cracking play this was here from Casablanca. And a hat-trick here for Gansey and the equalizer.
Yeah, you got it. They line out very well here. They win the bowl in. Barto gets going forward. Tries to take that one out of the air. Gets kicked back a bit so it stays on the field. Then the back shot from Travieso. And Grant just jumps on that one, hitting it while moving towards him. And a smart play, too, because you had players coming from behind. So he got it done really quick. No foul. Great goal. And he said a hat trick, huh? He's got 3 in a row in this sucker.
Indeed he has.
2 open goals and 1 from the field.
And that is basically a very, very big box now ticked here for Casablanca. It's been, a fair bit of work here. If we look at the way they've been scoring, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, now 3 in the third. Travieso, remember they had those 4 goals on handicap, but it's been rather thin on the ground with just a goal in Chukka 1 and 1 in Chukka 2. But of course, after this Chukka, we will have the breakdown and the extended stats of the first half.
Yeah, let me get Teo fired up, because remember, he scored 4 goals. He was the highest scorer in their last game. And now Grant coming alive. And there's a good shot of Grant. I want to thank Grant Gansey for joining us here in the CTV studios on Sunday, Yan, where you were back out at the number 2 field for the our 4 o'clock game out there. You said there was a lot of good energy at the stadium.
It was a great day. No, it was a great day, and it was Dale. It was one of those games I have never experienced such a game.
I think all of us
went
through that. It was one of the best starts out of a team, Travieso. and then 14 unscored or on 14 goals, unanswered goals.
And not only that, the atmosphere at Grand Champions, of course, is always, especially on a Sunday afternoon, second to none. And when you've got on that legendary field too, when you've got two 10-goal players playing on the same team, it is really something quite remarkable. So, and with that, we'd love to see you down here any given Sunday, our featured match of the week. We'd love to welcome you here. The gates are always open at Grand Champions Polo Club. Now let's go back to the second half here of Chukka number 3, which will bring us to the end of the first half of this game. And as you were saying, Dale, this is match number 6. We had a triple header on Sunday, and look at that, a little walk in the park here for Barto Castagnola.
Yeah, Barto will get his first, and now, more importantly, everybody on Casablanca scoring goals. Bad luck there by Tamacho. And Nacho almost picked it up. That would have really worked well for him. They would have been able to spin that around, and then no play here. So you just got to kind of hope that someone on his team would come up. And Nacho just wants to stay out in front, not to get the penalty one. And Barto, almost, if they had a little more room, we would have had, looked like Freddie was in the mix. On the bowling, 7-6 now, won by Versalino, picked up here by Freddie. Mannix, he'll work it back around under the neck. Looking for some help. And nice stick work here by Mannix. Trying to keep it moving. Now Barto makes the hook. And he'll flip it back. Here comes Castagnola.
And he is in range, more than in range. But Cellino knows that as well, so he will take the man and stick as close as he can to Castagnola. He'll take the ball around the outside to avoid the traffic. Just wants to get into exactly that position where he can open those shoulders. But well read, and once again, well recovered here by Mr. Mannix. Tamacho coming in, takes the player, then goes for the ball. Textbook player there by Tamacho. Time enough here for Castagnola to go around. Jesse Bray doing a good job taking out Vecellino. There's the shot on goal. Oh, it's still kept in play by Jesse Bray.
Oh, man. I think Freddie thought it was going to go off the field. And Jesse, and look at this. They get it back, though. Now you might get Teo on the move. They can get out in front here. Oh, he gets out in front just on the near side play, skips over his mallet. Versalino will keep it moving. But Jesse Bray's going to intercept it on the big gray.
Yeah, that was a very clear indicator of who was on that line first. It was indeed Bray. Hammers and under the next shot. Maybe he can hit the target. Oh, my goodness. Same shot nearly. We saw one from Castagnola, now one from Bray. One could say, or one could ask, did somebody move the goalpost? On the move, Nacho over on the far side for Travieso. We're down within the last half a minute of play here in the first half. A good 20 seconds left. Teo Calle, little chip shot over Ganzi, looking for, well, he was looking, I think, for Nacho. But here comes Castagnola. Long ball downfield, but I'm pretty sure there's nobody there in a grey shirt. It'll be sent back down towards that halfway line. And with just a matter of seconds, that'll bring us to the end of the third Chukka, and with that, the end of our first half.
Yeah, so evenly matched here. I mean, basically, they had the 4 goals on handicap, and here we go, 7-6. As Costa's going to take the lead, so well done. Go through it 10 shots. That's where it works. They got the 6 more shots, and they're not missing the goal that many times with the 2-3. Throw-ins are winning throw-ins, 4-3 on fouls, and look at that, penalty 2 and 1. So pretty even there across on the halftime stats. All right, we get everybody lined out here for a little halftime break. We'll send both teams off to their tents to get a game plan for the second half, and we'll be right back here for the second half of the 2023 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo.
We're here at Senorita Polo Farm cooking an Argentine-inspired fire meal for the Ganzi family. We have a 4-course meal tonight, and everybody will be tasting the food that we cook on the fire. We're here in Wellington at the Senorita Polo Farm. It's a beautiful place that we've come for several years. We love cooking here. The combination of our fire cooking with the table set next to the barn and to the horses just creates a beautiful atmosphere, and we love coming here and creating experiences every year. I think anybody that is new to these events is going to be very shocked right when they walk in, not only because of the grill setup or the fire cooking, but just the whole walk into this barn, you know, with the horses eating right next to you, and then the tables are set with candles. I just think the whole atmosphere around this place is beautiful and very shocking. With the menu, we always try to, you know, bring new things to the dinners, new items. Obviously, we try to source everything that's in season and try to do our best to keep the menu changing and flowing. I'm Augustine Ballman, and welcome to my chef's table at Santa Rita Polo Farm.
My favorite part about AVSC is seeing all my friends. I have so many friends here at AVSC and USASA, and don't know what I would do without them. Just hanging out with my coach. Hanging out with my coach would be really fun too, but I just need friends too, you know? Everybody needs friends.
AVSC is like a really fun place because you get like jump to friends and get to ski a lot of places.
When you see kids, they are smiling, they are happy, they are laughing, they are telling jokes, they are just glowing with excitement, and that just makes me feel confident that we are really doing something right, and that's really what it's all about.
You know, this is AVSC's largest fundraiser for our club, you know, and I think the true importance of this is we're making a conscious effort to make sure that kids in the Roaring Fork Valley have the opportunity to get on snow, ski, and snowboard.
So I've been a part of the Aspen Valley Ski Club since I was 10 years old, and growing up in the valley was a really special experience because you're open to so many different opportunities, and one of which is being able to ski. And I never really thought that my dreams would come true, but now Aspen Valley Ski Club has allowed me to ski for a living, and I can never be more grateful for being a part of the club.
We love AVSC! We love AVSC!
The Lennox. When you walk into the lobby, you will see the tranquil world. You're getting out from the fast-paced world of the Miami Beach. We have an hotel of 119 rooms, all of them with different touches and different personality, very based on our greenery and eco-friendly environment. I'm very proud of our restaurant. It's Mediterranean inspired by our executive chef, Hernan Glicini, who is a Michelin star experienced chef with international background. Our pool, very small, very intimate. Remember, Lennox is the quiet and tranquil place in the craziness of South Miami Beach.
We were excited to start. The field was amazing. We knew that it was a really tough team that we had against. Mark always puts a really strong team in the field, and it was Gilberto's first game, tournament and everything, so happy that he did good. I used to play a lot with Pablo when I was younger. We were cousins and we played a lot of kids tournament together until we played the Open together. Then a few years we play against each other, and now we had the opportunity to play back again, and it feels really good. Have a lot of connection, and with Alejandro I played last year here with Melissa. He's a great defender, a great back. He plays really simple. He understands the game really good, so he makes things simple. And Gilberto, I think he had a really good game. Yeah, I think yes. Well, this is a single elimination tournament, so winning today was keeping one foot in the tournament. So it was really nice now that we have another game in the weekend to keep playing, and yes, a lot of fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. The WPL is a great tournament. It's a great league. You get some of the best players in the world coming to play it, and so it's a lot of fun to play.
It was a tough game. Just really happy we got the result. Really happy that, with this team, and happy it all worked out. Happy all these guys were able to come play, and just happy we're able to gel and play freaking fun polo.
I'm looking forward to this, playing polo, man. I love the sport. I love to be here in Wellington, and for me, it's just a lot of fun to be here with playing the World Polo League and just playing polo and having fun.
Hi, I'm Tomacho Pérez.
Hello, I'm Nacho Figueras.
Hello, I'm Martín Muñoz.
I'm Gonzalito Pérez. I'm Alejandro Novilla Estrada. Hello, I'm Nacho Novilla Estrada. I make goals and here back in Aspen.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Erik Frank, and it's still good morning.
Yeah, and we are live from the Grand Champions Polo Cup, field number 1. A good shot of Nacho Novilla Estrada and Teo Calle. And, well, Travieso, 22-goal team with Teo Calle on A-rated. Pipe, Fred Mannix, play number 2 on 7 goals. Pipe Versalino, 7 goals, play number 3. And Nacho Novilla Estrada on 8 goals, playing the number 4 position against Casablanca. Grant Gansey, play number 1 on 3 goals. Tomacho Pérez, number 2 on 6 goals. Barto Casanola on number 3 at 10 goals. And Jesse Bray, playing number 4 on 7 goals. And, well, 4-goal handicap start out. They start out 5-2. Good shot of Grant Gansey. His new helmet. I love the design with the Grand Champions Polo Club logo right there on the back with his American flags. That is his go-to brand is both of his helmets had. I like the new change, though. It's awesome. And the colors. It was 5-2, Yan. They scored. Actually, it was 2 goals scored by Casa and then 1 scored by Travieso with the 4-goal handicap. And then they scored 1 more goal in the second trucker Travieso to go 6. It was even there to 3. And then 4 unanswered goals by Casablanca in the third chucker to take the lead at 7-6.
Yeah, well, as we said, it was quite a tough first half here. But as you said, Grant Gansey, he really came alive in that third chucker, picking up a hat trick. And looking at the score sheet here, Dale, Travieso, especially in that last chucker you just mentioned, the third chucker, 4 unanswered goals. Let's hope that's not going to come and make all the difference right at the very end.
Yeah, like I said, they started out very strong in their first game, as their first 2 chuckers were amazing. I mean, it was 12. They had 12 goals with the 4. They scored 8 goals. And, well, they kind of the same scenario. In the third chucker, they didn't score any goals against the Global Port. Global Port scored 4 goals. A very similar scenario here.
So are you saying this is history repeating
Well,
itself?
I don't want to see it happen. I mean, you see if they can roll it around here and get the flow going again. Like I said, Teo was a big high scorer in their first game. So we'll see if they can get him more involved, a little bit more in front. Maybe keep Jesse Bray's large number, the number on his back, looking at the Travieso team. Because right from the giddy up, Jesse has been running through. He actually ran through on the first chucker 2 or 3 times. So we'll see what they talked about at halftime and how they change it around. Is right here on the bowl end. That ball's going to pop out, and we will get a right-of-way violation as Tamacho was off to the races there. He's going to get caught on a right-of-way violation. And they'll drop that ball from the spot. And that ball is just behind the line. It looks like Peepy's going to is teeing it up very well here. So you might see Nacho, who has been hitting the ball very strong, very deep today. He might go for it here. He's way back though. At least going to go for a large pass right down the center. And he's going to find Pipe.
Good combination, good play, but Pipe is going to be found by Jesse Bray, and you said it yourself, Dale. He likes to run the ball. We like to see the rotation work. Look at that beautiful pony he's on now on the near side to finish it off. Slightly overcooked it. When you go for the under the neck, might just turn it around, but you can see Pipe. Oh, he just ran out of field there. A little bit unlucky. Very tight turn.
A very big, strong horse. Jesse rides strong horses. Big Bay keeps him out in front there. The little tough luck there on the near side open shot as he was running the goal. So we have a quick knock in from Nacho, and he's going to find Versalino.
Pipe with that one-touch Polo will send Mannix upfield. And another change of possession as that ball will find the safety zone, just coming out on the left-hand side. Quickly taken here by Bray now. He'll come in, tap it in once. Now the big hit. A little bit out to the right-hand side. There are 2 Travieso defenders. The first of the 2 will be Nacho Novillo Estrada. Oh, a little bit of a deflection. Now, where will that ball go? It stayed in play. And the first man to pick it up and turn it around will be Tamacho. Bray behind him. Tamacho looking for a little gap. Jesse will try and take Mannix out of the equation. Now the shot. How he managed to pick that up. Incredible.
Yeah, he tapped it out to the right there, so you see he got a bit of an angle. But like you said, how did he get it around all those horses? And he definitely kept it to the near post. You can see where the knock-in came from. But a great try there by the number 2. And here we go. They're going to go with it's been open. Nacho to Pipe, and he's going to go running through here. And a neutral play. Another neutral play. And a whistle on the play. Let's see, they come together here. This looks pretty clean as both players come together. Pipe goes for try to hit it behind. And then Grant right there. So now they'll look at it and decide, do you have a player riding in? Of course, this is one of those plays, riding into the back shot or backing into the pony based on the players being overlapped. They'll look at that and decide on which play. Okay, so they are going to say riding into the shot. This ride-off was a little late as they had that teed up going the other direction, but they're going to bring it back here as it is going to be in favor of Casablanca. So remember what they're looking for there is that's such a great one. That's why we have that trigger, and that's the play, of course, when the two-legged athlete or four-legged athlete come together. It can be pretty tough on the field, on the timing issue. Did a player get there early enough? And in this case, Grant's mallet was in motion when the player came so late on the ride-off. Penalty 5A, Jesse Bray.
A little bit short for Castagnola. Mannix, he saw that Virgilino had turned. I think that was the understanding. Bray once again.
You said, look at Samacho, we're working hard there. We always talk about how hard he works. How he cleans that man out for Jesse.
Yep. No, he's an all-rounder. Now then, Grant, a little bit of a mistake there by Caille. Can Grant capitalize on this? But Caille will push him as much and as far as he possibly can, allowing Mannix to make an near-side backhand shot. Nobody home. Guess who? It's going to be Mr. Bray once again. Avoids the challenge there from, or tried to avoid the challenge coming in from Nacho Novillo Estrada.
He takes it across the center here. And look, Nacho's good early on as he comes here. Gives him the one. Oh, I guess when he came across, he kept it from behind on the side. So I thought he'd moved the ball earlier there, Nacho. So they'll move this one over. And that ball was just outside the 60. So you might get it moved in here for the open goal. Oh, we are going to go for 60. So, okay, yeah, slow-moving play, nobody up front, so they will go to 60. And now it'd be, great verbiage there based on the timing there, because sometimes you think positioning on the field because where they're at, but based on everyone at a walk and also Nacho in a good place there to make a defending play if he doesn't foul. So they'll go ahead and push that one at the 60. Use our courtesy change here with 4:06 on the clock. And remember, we have one team at one end of the field. We have Casablanca. Actually, both teams are on the south end of the field. So when there are plays on the north end, a good shot of Grand Candy, LG, and his crew. Roki, and there's Lisa. Top managers here. Barn manager for the Santa Rita Polo Farm. Grand Champions Polo Club, Astor Valley Polo Club. Involved with the daily operations of all the four-legged athletes. Yeah. So those will take a little longer. We talk about 45 seconds to a minute, but sometimes you get caught on the team being so far down on when they do change. And remember, the courtesy change is it is a tournament condition with the United States Polo Association. So if your tournament committee applauds the courtesy change, you can induct that into your games, into your club. Yeah. And it's very good in the summer also. If you have places where you might be a little warmer. And, you say you're seeing more of that used in Europe now, Jan.
A lot more, yeah. Castagnola, here we go. Well, you couldn't get them much straighter than that. So Barto Castagnola picking up his second, and this, of course, a penalty 4.
Yeah, that's what Casablanca wants. They want to be 100% from the penalty line. That's one thing Grant Gansey talked about when he was sitting in your chair, Jan, on Sunday, as they talk a lot about that. and that's why they will pass the stick around, but they know how important it is, especially in this league, things being so tight. So we did have, what happened was there, we had some of the players that changed before the penalty shot, and the Travieso team had not. So they're going to allow the Travieso team to use the courtesy change here. And as you can see right there on field 1, and right there to the backside is field 5. On the backside of the hedge line there, you see the Travieso tent. Great drone footage. And remember those flags. That's what it's all about. Lake Worth Road right there. If you're trying to find your way to the Grand Champions Polo Club on a GPS, well, when you get toward, all you got to do is look for the flags. Follow the flags, like the Yellowbrook Road. And take you right to the beautiful Grand Champions Polo Club. Largest club in the nation here in the United States, and celebrating 16 years.
Incredible.
Yeah. 5th year for the World Polo League. Ian, we were talking about that. How the league has grown leaps and bounds, so competitive on all levels. Not just players, sponsors, but four-legged athletes from all around the world are just truly amazing to see the quality all come together at 26 goals at the level.
So here we go then, both teams on fresh ponies, about to get the second half of Chucker number 4 underway. Ball is thrown into play. The first man who will get a touch. And another win, of course, which will be featured in the stats. The throw-ins, a very important part of the stats and of the game, of course, because how often have we seen the team that have won the throw-in very quickly with 2 or 3 touches able to score? Little mistake there by Nacho, and well, he will be clinical, as he always is. Mr. Jesse Bray picking up his 3rd.
Yeah, they get the ball in here, just bad luck. Nacho, he had time. That ball actually bounced right there at the end. He got a piece of it. He was trying to flip it back to Versalino. And Jesse, he knew he was beat, so he just went to check. And making sure he could check there gave him the opportunity to try to steal that ball in between both players. And then he had a clear route to the goal. Out the backside, though, this is what Travieso needs.
And, yep. This could be a run here for Vercellino. Passes it over to Mannix. Mannix now. A little cut shot maybe in order. No, he's going to try and run this one in. And tries to just sneak that one in on the far post here. Very unlucky there by Fred Mannix.
Yeah, bad luck here for Fred, because when he hit towards the right side here, to try to get to the outside and flip it in with the near side, he couldn't do that, so he just had to try to make that shot there. And with the goal post right there on the outside, on the right side, it was a tough play to bring that ball back. He almost had it actually finished, sealed the deal, as you can say. But knocking come from Casa, picked up here, taken forward by Grant Gansey.
On the near side, well played. Now, look at this, well read by Tamacho. Tamacho, but he might just get caught there with, well, a very, very, very slight angle.
Yeah, when they come together here, that ball gets hit back across the center, and I don't think there's any contact made. And let's see that ball going right down, up and down the field. And Vercellino has it offside there. Tamacho, we know the gray here can mortally fly. This is a very fast four-legged athlete Tamacho's riding, and he gets a lot done on her. But they'll catch up riding behind to take this one forward in the penalty 5A. Oh, 2 players override on a broken play. But P-Bay's going to win this one and keep it going for Travieso.
Yeah, but for how long? Because Jesse Bray, once he's got his teeth into you, he won't release. They got lucky there. Tamacho again. Look at this brilliant play by Tamacho. Has it stolen. And Travieso getting a lucky break here. Pipi Vercellino. He will hammer that down now then. Castagnola coming in for the challenge. Beats Pipi Vercellino for what would have been the last shot on that play. Ganzi. And that spot right there, Dale.
Yeah, there's something about that spot today. It's the energy grabbing it, but a great power polo play here. Well, by both teams, clean steal, a good non-call by Versalino to get it moving, but an amazing open, great angle on the back shot from Barto to let Granty run onto that full speed, just bad like it's a bounce out of bounds. And Jesse going forward there. And looks like that one will go off the field, so that's going to go ahead and end our 4 chucker play. So we'll send both teams off to get some fresh ponies, and we'll be right back for our 5th chucker. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
Foot golf, it's a kind of life, and also it's a combination about golf and football.
So I got into sport through social media. Someone approached me on Twitter and said, "Have you tried it?" I'd never heard of it at that point. So I went to my local course and tried it and just completely fell in love with the game.
This is not as easy as it looks on your body. It's a lot of kicking. We don't normally kick this many hard kicks in soccer.
For me, this and the U.S. Open are the 2 top U.S. tournaments. It's something we all look forward to every single year.
Great fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it when they try it. You can't not have fun.
When you set goals at the start of the season and you're able to achieve them at the end of the year, I think I can speak for everyone and say when we set goals and we make the sacrifices that we make, which a lot of people don't see, and then it all comes to fruition, it's a good feeling.
I literally live, breathe foot golf.
The Taqueria has all your polo needs, from the novice to the professional. We carry all of our equipment in multiple grades to fill a price point to suit the individual.
Fifth chucker action. Good shot of Barto Castagnoli. 10 goals right there. And Jesse Bray will go ahead and start with a knock-in to start off our 5th chucker. And it will be Jesse Bray. Not hitting that many knock-ins. But, Jan, like I said, here we go. 1 unanswered goal. So let's see if Travieso can get it going here.
Well, they certainly have their work cut out for them, but Casablanca, it's not been a walk in the park, that's for sure. And once again, an opportunity here. It looked like it could have been offensive play, but all 4 of them, all 4 of the boys in the grey here are doing such a good job. Look at that, nicely played back from Castagnola to Bray. Couldn't control it. Ganzi coming from the second row. Kaye able to clear that one. Well done, Teo. But Travieso, as you can see, deep in their own half, have a lot of yardage to cover. Good work in here by Vecellino. Mannix just behind, waiting for the unforced error, the bouncing ball, or anything just to continue that drive from Travieso. But again, look, they're struggling to get out of their own half. There's the backhand shot. Now for the first time the ball does get over that halfway line. Ganzi straight away on it to shut down Teo Kaye. Mannix gets a piece of it, so they are starting to work it now in the half of Casablanca. That's a bit too steep, a bit too deep, that shot. Tamacho has the time and will make the most of that open space as Vecellino comes in. Still Tamacho. Look at that ball. As you would say, it's got eyes, and there he is. How did he find that little gap? Tamacho Pieris, what a clever run, and it's picked up by Teo again. Absolutely phenomenal, but I think it might have gone over the back line, so we might be seeing a penalty 60 here.
Yeah, you get the 6, penalty 6 or the safety, but what a run here by Tamacho Pieris. As you said it, yeah, just a little difficulty right there at the end. But when he ran that turn, he used the boards perfectly, and I love that. He checked his horse down a little bit just so it bounced off the boards then he dragged it forward, and then he hit a perfect shot to the center. And it was great to see him how he just kind of snuck in between everybody and beat everybody to the next ball.
Incredible.
Yeah, so good save here as that ball was right on the doorstep. Teo Calle taking it out, but it does roll over the line for a safety. So you will get a penalty 6. And it's going to be Barto Casanola do the honors for Casablanca.
Oh, there was a mallet. There was a mallet that came in between that. But, the ball is in. The ball has gone through. But I wouldn't mind seeing that again, Dale. It came off someone's mallet.
It looked like right there in front. I think Fred Mannix is out in front. And that ball was moving very fast. And, yeah, so it was a little bit actually further out that he got hit right there. Fred's about the 30-yard line. He got a piece of it, and then it came off a mallet of another Travieso player and went in the goal. So we'll give it up to Barto Casanola. I'm back to the center. 4-goal lead now. It'll be Barto.
On the move again. Little difficult angle, but he went for the shot nonetheless. As you said, Dale, very consistent here for Casablanca. 2 chukkers ago is the last time Travieso picked up a goal, and that was a goal by Pipe Vecellino, an open goal penalty 2. But it's been, once again, in that 3rd chukker is when they brought the heat. And with that goal just now from Castagnola into double figures. But looking at this score sheet, there's a bit of deja vu come to mind there, Dal?
Yeah, like I said, their last game, they need to be careful. See, like they said, if they get the rhythm back, scores goals. Oh, a little fake right there by Barto. Oh, I don't know if Freddie gets a piece of it or if his pony does it. Barto went for the fake. Watch this play. Well done, Nacho. He puts that ball in spin on it going towards, and they come together there. And, well, Freddie just makes a hook, and the ball actually carries across. And you get a good look at it here from our end zone cam. The ball gets changed right there. Freddie gets a piece of it.
Yeah, he does.
And it bounces off a couple of the horse's legs right there in front. And, well done. This is going to break the curse.
It is indeed.
And that's good for Travieso. give this one to Fred. And, we're talking about the 2-point conversion, Yan, and we had Grant Gansey in the studios on Sundays we were talking about, and you were out at the field, and we had a discussion, and Grant had brought up, and I wasn't 100% sure, so I took it to Steve Lane, manages the umpires, and they took it to the tournament committee. And basically the question was, they were involved in a play with 2 seconds left on the clock, and you got to add 3, so add 5 seconds. You have 5 seconds at the end of the game. And his question was, we had a penalty 2 open goal. We're down by 2 goals. Could we have moved that back to center and gone for the 2-point conversion? Yeah. And I thought it was a brilliant question. I said, Grant, that makes sense, and I would think that you would, but we'd have to make 100%. Let's go through the chain of command. We'll check on this. So Steve took it to the tournament committee. The tournament committee said 100%. She didn't see, why that would be
an
issue, bringing the ball back or making it more of a difficult shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so, great. So, we might see that scenario. And in this case, with Jesse Bray, they would have an opportunity there. So that's a great thought process. Good thinking there by Grant Gansey, captains the Casablanca team. So you might see that happen this season, and that will carry on through this tournament and here at the Grand Champions Polo Club and in the Aspen Valley Polo Club. So here we go on the move. And once again, Jesse, and he's been solid running forward today.
Picking up his 4th goal of the match, 7-11. 11 goals to 7, so increasing that lead now to 4 goals, Dale. So the 4 that they were up against when Travieso came out on the field, well, they managed to iron that out, and now they've turned the the tables of the seats around, and they are up by 4 goals. And Travieso, speaking of 2-pointers, well, they could certainly do with at least 2 of those right now.
Yes, sir. And I said, Casablanca, their rotation working very well. We've seen that since the first chucker with Jesse and Grant rotating back. So he's in the front or in the back, and they use that 4-player rotation very well. So dialed in today. Here we go. Picked up here by Nacho, and he looks like he's going down the right side there. And that ball's a little bit off to the outside, but they're going to say that too close for comfort there on the spacing. Remember, it's all about the window and the spacing. As that ball did pass closer to Versalino, to Pipe, with Jesse coming over. And they're going to say that he's just established himself too close there, but that's about as close to the... It'll give it. And they're going to get an open goal penalty out of this, and this could be the second goal shot penalty for Pipe today. He had a penalty 2 in the second chucker, now a penalty 3.
Well, you can't hit them much straighter than that.
Okay, and so great shot there by Pipe. And as they come back to center with right around 2 minutes, Dan, by the time we get this next ball in play. And take a look at this. It's pretty cool right here. Watch this. Once, twice, Barto. And just trying to show you the ability of Casanola as he was picking that up for the umpires.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. Here we go then. The man on the move again. Castagnola up against Vercellino. Taking his time. Hammers that one. They came off the mallet here of Mannix. But you can see this man. He has no time to lose. Tomacho Pierres. Challenge coming in from Calle in front of goal, completely left unmarked to do what he would like, and that is, well, you could call it putt-putt golf.
yeah, good call. That's just a pretty ball by Jesse Bray here. And Grant Gansey, great positioning here and very soft with the ball. Grant has been hitting the ball very well this season. Well, we've talked about it even last season and last summer in Aspen. He was really hitting the ball deep, playing one-touch polo. That he said he got a lot out of that from Juan Martin Nero, playing with Nero. And you can see that. But great touch there, and that just is about as high level of a give-and-go, Yan, as you'll ever get. Good pass, great finish.
So still 4 goals, despite the fact that we've seen 2 goals from Travieso in this chukker. Casablanca still in a comfortable position. Nicely taken on the near side by Teo Calle. And that's a cracking goal there. Very, very elegant goal by the number 1.
As you said, I think let's see what they decide here. Teo. It looks like it might have been just wide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's going to end the chukker. But once again, getting Teo involved, and that's something we talked about as being the high scorer in their last game. So we're going to send them off, and we'll be back for our 6th chukker play. Stay with us here for the World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo. All right, live from Field 1, Grand Champions Polo Club, our sixth chukker, 12-8 at the moment. And mucho tiempo here. So, and they got it going. 3-2 on the goal scoring. 3 goals scored by Casablanca on the in the fifth chukker. 2 goals scored by Travieso. And just off the post there at the end of the chukker.
Yeah, very unlucky for Teo. Very unlucky.
Which would have been a big goal. So bad luck there. But good to see again, as I said, with we getting the rotation going and getting Teo involved. Because based on today with the rotation of Casa, it's been tough to get Teo out in front, especially with Jesse at back. And they always have somebody back. You were talking about that on their rotation. They always seem to have somebody back. They do a great job on not leaving the back door open at all. It's either Barto or Jesse usually, but you will see Tamacho and Grant if needed based on Jesse running through so much. And I think that's why they must have the rotation down so well, because they do use Jesse going through so much. They're comfortable with it.
Yep. Here we go then. Chukker number 6, as you said, Dale, underway. Casablanca with a knock-in. Bray to Castagnola. Castagnola probably back to Bray. That was the intention there again. That rotation very much working like clockwork. It's going to drop right there where Bray wants it. He gets the challenge from Virgilino. Well done, Pipe, with a hook there. And the support from Nacho Navijo Estrada. Once again, this combination, this 17-goal combination, Jesse Bray, remember, 7 goals, Castagnola, 10 goals, working very, very well. And then, of course, well, how long is your arm of the things we could say about that young man, Tamacho Pierres. Very, very subtle, very, very effective player. He's got a bit of that James Bond mystique about him. He's there when you need him, and he's...
exactly. He's always in the right place at the right time. He appears out of nowhere, as you said. The magician, we should call him. And then also just great plays on it. He always uses the defense to turn into his offense and focuses on that. And, well, like a good number 2 should, he works really hard in the middle of the field. And on the run here.
Picked up by Bray. Castagnola already going up. He knows what's coming. A long, deep ball here, but Mannix, he felt it and saw it coming as well. Oh, a little bit of a miss hit. Who's going to get down on that line first? It'll be Pipe Vecellino. A little bit too short. Nacho is there just in the nick of time. So now then, Travieso slightly topped that ball. Nice control over on the halfway line, left behind for Virgilino. All of Travieso's players now in Casablanca territory. Unlucky.
Yeah, you get a late whistle here. Yeah, Barto knows. You see a big smile on his face. He tried to go for this. He almost gets a steal here, Barto. He turned inside, tried. Now he knows he needs to get out of the way. And then just bad luck. They played the advantage, but didn't have a positive play come out of it. So they'll move it down. And I would think you'd see this at the 60, but they might have a player downfield. So you might move a 3. Yeah, they're going to go with the 3. So based on a quick line change and a quick play, I like the idea there of playing the advantage instead of having a quick whistle on there when Barto turned around and almost met it. Based on the quick line change, and he took the most direct route out, and that's what the umpire looked for. Barto, once he didn't have a play on the ball, he went to get out of there, and that did give Pipe the opportunity to go forward, but the next shot bounced off Pipe's horse, so kind of bad luck. And they'll move it down for the 3. Pipe 100% today.
And no letdown either. Once again, Virgilino picking up his 3rd goal of the match. So they are still in this game, Dale. 3 goals is, it's doable. And as you would say, mucho tiempo.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of time left in this one. And they're right in the spot where they want to be with just under 5 minutes clicking down. If they could get some possessions here, and every possession is big, Jesse flips it out to Camacho. He'll keep it going forward. He's got Bartle going forward right here. Ooh, it bounced off a pony, and that's going to work in favor. And Grant Gansey, he'll meet that ball perfectly. And I think Camacho's all by himself. Yes, he is. So he can go on the offside there. There's the perfect approach shot. And the finish.
Clinical finish.
Once again, move the ball. The ball moves quicker than the horses can run. Grant Gansey with a perfect play there as he meets that ball. But in process of meeting it, he hits it as hard as he can, and really it didn't matter where he hit it. As long as he hit it a good 40, 50 yards, that was going to give Camacho Pierres the opportunity to pick that ball up. And Camacho picks it up. Perfect approach shot. Back to the center. Two players come together here. And I think Teo looks like he might have gotten hit here. Number one, let's keep an eye on this. So keep an eye on the number ones here. Oh, wow. But yeah, Grant's horse. Bad luck for Teo right there. His mare put her head up and, yeah, just kind of went off Grant's pony's face, and actually no one even saw it. She just lifted her head, and Teo's head was right there and kind of hit him in the mouth. So make sure Teo's okay. Probably use the final courtesy change of the day here with just under 4 minutes. And they'll make sure Zakaye's okay. As you hope, I mean, when you see that contact like of the horse's nose, sometimes just the nose, that you remember that each one of those beautiful four-legged athletes have a bridle, a bit in their mouth. And that bit, the bits are metal, so you hope that didn't hit Teo in the nose or the mouth. A good shot of Bartolo Casnola, always very relaxed. And I was talking with as they went on to talk, they played Polito Pierres, and Polito said that Bartolo was one of the calmest players he ever played with, even at a young age.
Really?
Yeah, when he played, and he played with a lot of different players, top players in the world, but when he played the Open with them, and La Natividad, that he was very, very relaxed.
Well, he does
get flustered that much.
Yeah, he does have a very calm demeanor about him. You know?
Mm-hmm. And, well, hence 10 goals at a young age. So, it was a great job carrying that 10-goal handicap at a very high level. Good shot of him there. You see the different goggles that the players wear, safety goggles.
Yeah, they've become an integral part now here of the match, of the polo, over the last few years. I think it's a very, very important.
Yeah, he's got La Natividad helmet there. He's their logo in the back. His father, Lolo Casanola, is a coach, Casablanca. Grant Gansey, the ambassador of Casablanca. And once again, had a lot of fun in the studio, Yan, and also, yeah, they're going to take a look to make sure that Teo's okay here, because like I said, a number of things could have happened there when that horses. Not anything. I don't even think Grant actually knew that it happened, because Grant just kind of, the tail was going off to the right, and Grant riding forward, she just kind of lifted her head. But another thing that Grant had brought up, and he understands, of course, Grant, he understands the daily operations with CTV Sports, and always helping out with most of the players with our producer Ricky here to get the different players that come into the studios on Sunday, that you've had the opportunity to hear their outlook on the game. And once again, it always adds so much fun to the game, Yan, a little bit different outlook when you hear the players and how they see the game, everything about it, from the horses to the technology, and also the way the game's being called. Well, the conversation came up about with Grant, which we might have not have, if it never came up, really thought about that situation just being used by the players, as the tournament committee has always had that in place. And so it's fun to see that way that those lines of communication open up, and they've been great. Every one of them that have been in here. We had Polito, and you were in with
Nick Roldan.
Nick Roldan.
Nito Uranga.
Yep. Mariano.
You had Alejandro Novillo Estrada, I believe, as well.
Yep. We had Alejandro Estrada. Novillo Estrada was also in. Tocalino. He actually really enjoyed himself.
Did he?
Yeah, he just said, he had a lot. Well, they all had a lot of fun. I think every one of them. We were talking to Ricky, our producer, and he was saying that most all the players have asked or given, saying that they would love to come back in if the opportunity arises. So you might see one of those players back in before the end of the game, but we're trying to bring in new players every week. All right, here we go. So on the play right from the center there, 13-9, and we're going to be right there. You can see the clock. And, of course, our scoreboard right in the corner, and here comes Barto.
Castagnola looking for a long ball to it to be met by Ganzi. Nacho Novillo Estrada will get there just a quick second earlier. Yeah, left behind once again, Virgilino. Also a player we've seen play in the 12 goal. And Teo Kaye doing what he loves to do, which is being out front. Look at him, great little pony he's on. Kaye, Teo Kaye. Well, I could not have wished that to have gone to a nicer man than Teo Kaye here in Chaka number 6, and that is a deja vu because he did that in the last game as well.
Yeah, no, he should be very happy with his horses and the way that Teo has played the game. He's been playing a lot of defense, and that's worked well, but one of his fortes are running the goal, and he has done a great job running the goal, very calm, very relaxed, putting in between that 24 feet, 8 yards from post to post.
So down to the last a little over 2 minutes of Chaka number 6. Still 3 goals in it here. Casablanca have it. Teo coming back. On the bigger part, Vichelino over on the far side. There is Teo Kaye sticking with Tomacho. We have had a whistle.
This ball was rolling and it stopped. Let's see what direction it was going. Oh, it was still going. Yeah, it was still coming more up and down the field. So they're going to go lesser angle there. And I wasn't sure if it came off the boards or it popped out there and changed direction on a quick line change. Right there is center. And, well, they'll move this one down for a 60-yard shot. And I'm not sure. You might have had an extra player there. You might see a 3. Yeah, see, there you go. So, a 4. Yeah, you get a 3 out of this, or a 40-yard shot. So now, once again, Teo being in his position, and he must have been wide open. Now they're going to move that ball from the 60 to the 40. Yeah, there was nobody actually between him. Oh, there's nobody between him and the goal for Pipe also. Pipe was on a true breakaway. So they'll move that one up even with Teo not out. If the guy has a true breakaway from the center and the last man fouls, they'll move that one down for the open goal. Well done, Pipe. The idea there on that play is if the last player is the foul and he actually commits himself to go to that ball and the player would have been on a true breakaway and to move it to a 40-yard shot, because is it fair to move to a 60-yard, even though you're moving 100-plus yards or 90-plus yards? There have been 100. Is it fair to put all 4 players in front of them to block again? So.
Well, Dale, look at this. 1:20 left. Now, in an ideal scenario, we could have a situation. This is just a bit of wishful thinking here, where Travieso get a penalty, 5B, and then Nacho Navijo Estrada hits a 2-pointer.
Yeah.
That would be, that would be a great way to maybe have a 7th golden goal kind of chucker, but it looks like Casablanca will hold on to that lead, at least for the moment. We're down under a minute left to play here, and Jesse Bray will once again...
It might not have been a bad idea to do it there. You know what I mean? Because if they go over, they make it, then they would have been down by 1.
Yeah.
And remember, not necessarily that they don't get the ball, get control, and at least score the 1 goal.
Exactly.
So it's got to come into play using that procedure.
That one's just gone wide.
And adds a lot to the game.
It does.
Does add a lot of excitement to the game. Looks like time's going to click down here. So there you go, 13-11. And any final words here yet?
Final words would be I applaud the way Travieso came back so strong, especially in the 5th and the 6th chucker after it was a little bit thin on the ground as far as goals are concerned. But Dale, here now are the final match
Okay,
stats.
so 13-11, 20 shots. That's a lot of shots. Well done. And that's where the Travieso team just needs to get a few more. They need to get a few more shots on goal, because the knock-ins, when they add up, when you have 20 throw-ins there, pretty even. I mean, 11-8, not a huge difference to change the game. Fouls committed. Very well done by the Travieso team, keeping it down under 8. Casablanca a little bit above, and then it was even on the goals being scored from the penalty line. There you go, 60s to 60s, 40s, and 30s, mixed it up across the line. There's your Casablanca team. So for Jan Erik Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz, and I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports, where I say thank you for making us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And always remember, here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.